Right, this is a video just showing mainly Tom how to warp tracks. Yeah, I'll start off by warping a house tune. So I'll be all the warping takes place in the arrange window, which is this. So if it's not in the arrange window, just press tab just to make sure you're in there. Also, just go to options, make sure that auto warp long samples is unchecked, because the warp in Ableton is not very good, like the auto warp that it does. So you first choose your tune, so I'll just chuck that one in, and then it'll load up. It usually takes longer than that because I just tried this one before. Right, once you've got it, just move it up and give yourself a bit of space so you can see what's going on. We're going to be making use of like these numbers here, so like 1, 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 2, etc. So make sure like the view looks like that, so it just said 1, 1.2, 1.3. Make sure it's not like that, but it's got 1.1.2, etc. Then once you've got the track in, just double click on it so it comes up down here, and then click warp on. When you click warp on, it shouldn't warp it for you, it should just turn the warp feature on. Once you've got that on, you need to find the first beat of the track. So it looks dead obvious in this example, but just get into practice of just playing the track through and making sure you can hear the first beat. Play a bit into it just so you know that it's definitely that first kick. I can tell that that's the first kick because the snare drum's on the second beat, the fourth beat, and there was also like that scream was right on that first beat with like a crash. So it's definitely the first beat. Right, once you've got it, just double click that first beat, the track, and then create a warp marker on that first beat of the track, and then turn this warp marker off, and then you should have you should be able to move that across. So you're moving it, you're moving the track in time with Ableton, and that's the whole process of warping. That's what you do. You just basically like move the track in time with the sequencer. So the first beat is there. Then what we need to do is just have a listen to it, and what we're listening for is the second bar, like the first beat of the second bar. So we wait for 4 beats, and then it's the 5th beat that we're waiting for. So 3, 4. So it's that one. Once you got that 5th beat, the second bar, move it to number 2. Just drag it to number 2 and just double click it as well, just to lock it. These numbers just mean like the first beat or the first bar, the second beat, the first bar, third, fourth beat, the first bar, and then the second bar, second beat, etc. So that means, well, the way in which I use that in warping is basically just try and warp everything on the bar rather than each beat, because it saves loads of time. Once you've got that first warp marker on and then the second warp marker on, which should be on the second bar, just play it through with the click on and just see if it's aligned, because it should be for quite a while now. Starting to waver though, so what I'll do is just go to bar 9, and you can see there that it's started to waver across. The reason why I go to bar 9 is because it's we're just working on it's best to just work on like multiples of 2, so like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, etc. Make sure you can get the end of that. So what you've done now is you've got the first warp marker, second warp marker, and then the third warp marker. Once you've got the third warp marker, as long as the track isn't like a vinyl rip, it sounds like this track. If it's a vinyl rip, there might be sort of slight variances in the speed like later on. If it's not, it should be warped just using 3 warp markers there. like those three. If it is a vinyl rip, like I say, you probably have to listen through. The way I listen through it, I don't listen to like the whole track. I'll just listen to it on those multiples of 2 that I said. So I'll go from like 9 to 17. The reason why that's like 9 is because it's the end of bar 8, and the reason why that's 17 is because it's the end of bar 16, etc. So it's like whatever bar plus 1. So I'll go from bar 9 to bar 17. Pardon me. And then just have a look at the beat and just make sure, yeah, that's fine. Once I've got that, go to 33 just to make sure, because it's vinyl rip. Just have to be a bit more precise. Yeah, that's fine. Then try, because that looks fine, go to 65. What tends to happen with like vinyl rips is the speed changes on breakdowns, because there's not enough, there's not as much like resistance basically from the needle, so it slightly changes the speed. So usually, like if you do get variations in speed, it'll be just after breakdown. So you can see that breakdown, there was a slight variance in the speed. So what I'll do, and the best thing to do, sorry, is to find the point at which the volume, the speed was fine. So right, so it slightly goes out there. Should be, that's alright. Once you've got it to the point where it's okay, like everything to the left of this now won't be touched when you move anything over here. So I'll just show you as an example. Like if I move that now, you see how everything to the left of this warp marker here is fine. Just undo that. And that's why you lock them in place, so that they can't be nothing beyond it can be touched. So like the next one then, if you go to 65, just make sure that's online, and then just double check like before it as well. Sometimes it sounds slightly out, so just make some slight variations. What you mainly, the main aim is like when you're warping is to do as little as possible. So like even though I did that slight movement there, that was because like this beat is fine, but these ones were offline, so they need sorting, and that's just because of that thing I said about the vinyl rip with this breakdown. This breakdown probably, I'm not sure if it speeds it up, doesn't it? Because there's less resistance on the needle. I'm guessing that's what it is. I've never read anything that says that that's true, but I've come across it so many times. And then you just carry on doing that throughout. So especially in this breakdowns. What I tend to do as well with vinyl rips is I just start locking these down. If you've got like this is a digital download, you don't need to do that. You don't need to lock them down as many times. But I tend to do it in every 16 bars. I'll just lock it down, just make sure it's fine. Yeah, there's another slight variance. That didn't sound right when I checked it. And then just get up to this point, to 9. And 4, 5, and then the rest of that should be fine. that's it. Yes.